Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Char Futur 4. It's a tier 9 French premium medium tank located on the north spawn of Ghost Town. This one's under the command of General Anonymous. Well, this tank is one of the premium reward tanks if you can get enough of those tokens. It's a 4-shot autoloader with a 105mm gun capable of 390 alpha from each shot, and its penetration is 264mm of armor with standard rounds. And you can see that General Anonymous has decided only to have premium rounds, standard rounds rather, because the premium rounds, which are heat, will go through 330mm, but he thinks the 264 is enough with the standard APCR. Okay. Now the thing about this autoloader is it's got a very long intra-clip reload, 4 seconds. It's a huge amount of time, and a lot of players will play this as a tank destroyer from a long way back, and you can see that's exactly what General Anonymous has decided to do. And it's a wise decision because the armor on this tank is not very good. It's only 140mm at the front of the turret, 90 on the sides, 30 on the rear, but it's the hull that's the problem. 55mm at the front, 40 at the sides and 30 at the rear. And that is a bit of a problem. Well, first shot hit the 5, but it didn't pen. And he got another hit with the second shot, but it actually went into the tracks. Fires another one at the E3 this time. No, that one didn't hit. I don't think that was fully dialed in, that one. The other problem is the reload. It's 39.16 seconds, and if your opponent is actually counting the seconds, they will strike when you're in that long reload, because it's almost as long as an Arty reload. But then again, it does do 390 hit points of damage, and you've got to remember that does come out at 1500 1550 hit points. Is that right? No, 360, 4 nines. Well, it's 1560 hit points of damage. Well, that one definitely hit the IS-3 too, and again. So he's got 2 hits now. One of those was a high roll. Okay, there is an IE-251 down on the east side of the map, but he's up against 2 tanks, an IS-7, and we've got another one just behind him, so I don't think he really wants to play with those two, because he's got virtually no armor, the IE-251 being a light tank and all. He's trying to get a better angle on the enemy, but it's very difficult. This range out, the dispersion is enough to actually cause the shell to miss. So yeah, bit of a problem. This was one of the tanks that was designed in 1977 on the way to the Leclerc main battle tank. Apparently there was no metal prototype, but there possibly was a wooden mock-up of the vehicle. In fact, that's, you know, sometimes they would do that. They would actually manufacture a wooden mock-up rather than a metal one, because it was so much cheaper to work with wood and get an idea of what the thing looked like, then decide if they wanted to go ahead. Somebody was firing in this direction, so I suspect that despite the fact that the enemy didn't know he was here, they were probably looking to try and hit whoever was up this end of the map. We do have a convoy just alongside us, and he's pumping rounds at the enemy. Oh, IE-251. Oh, he gets another hit. Low roll though. Go again. Yes! Kill! 165, but he got the kill. Okay, so 2 shells left in the mag, in the clip. Is he gonna use them? Appears there's an E75 way down the road, but he's not popping out at all. looks like there's a lot of enemy tanks on this side of the map. None on the other side though. The T-100 and Leopard prototypes managed to get all the way down to the south. And looks like they're trying to actually come around from the enemy on the south side. Oh, enemy light tank. No, it's a Waffenträger. Bad move to come around this side. That's a low roll, but there's the kill shot. 2 kills now. Okay, there's an enemy Leopard there now, and Arty's starting to focus on us. The enemy team has got a 212A, which as we know is fairly accurate, and has got a lethal round. Oh, another kill! This time he sniped a pixel on the standard B, took him out. Now this is a tier 10 game, he's tier 9 medium tank, which means he can earn extra XP for hitting all the high tier opponents. Unfortunately the enemy's one up at the moment. It was a very silly move of that Waffenträger Alpha Panzer IV to move up where he did, because he just gave away his position, and well, tank destroyers should be sitting at the back because they just don't have the armor. But oh, he's got a shot. E75. No, didn't get it that time. Long wait for the shell to be ready. Lower plate. Well, he got some spotting damage as the E75 was taken out. What have we got over here? Well, it looks like the enemy. Is it? I can't make it out. Is it? It's not an E100, is it? Okay, well, he's only got 2 shots available. So the Leopard one's over there, so it's an EBR. I couldn't read which one it was for a while, but he puts one in. Go for the kill. Yes! Nice, but now he's got the long reload. We did take a hit. Oh, and another hit from the Leopard. That Concept 1B needs to block that Leopard from shooting at us. General Anonymous is hugging the ship now because, yeah, he's lost a lot of hit points, all down to that Concept 1B not doing his job properly and allowing the Leopard to poke round the corner and put a couple of rounds into us when we were trying to kill the EBR. Now he's got to sit here, and well, he is reloaded, but he needs to avoid getting another hit from that Leopard because he doesn't have much in the way of hit points left. Only 564, and it looks like the Leopard moved into the center. That's one. Okay, we do have to wait that long period of time. Fires 2. Can he get the kill? Last shot. Oh, he lost sight of him just as he was about to shoot. Can he reacquire? I get the auto aim ready. He's just around this corner. Hello. That's a kill. 5 kills now. 1/3 of the enemy team. So he's changed this battle around because now they're even on scores. There's only 3 left on either team. So he could get a Top Gun. Now the Wizzy 111 Model 5A is chasing our GW Tiger up at the top of the map, and it looks like the Concept 1B is moving up there to try and stop him doing that. And I have the feeling that General Anonymous is now going to make a quick run on the enemy Arty. Is he? Well, he's found a couple of enemy tanks. In fact, he's found a Progetto 65 or 66. It's a 66. Okay, he's going to pump a couple of rounds into him. And one more needed. Low roll. Yes! Now, he's only got 1 round left. He could put that into the 212A, but he might not kill him with 1 round unless he got a high roll. So if he does put that round in, potentially he will have enough for a high caliber. We don't have the reading on to whether or not he did actually get the enough of the high caliber. Here we go. Auto aim on. Yeah, thanks to the Concept 1B, he was less than a few hit points left. Okay, now the Wizzy 111 Model 5A has decided to start capping, which is the worst possible thing he should do. He doesn't have much in the way of hit points, 986 as far as we know. And of course, well, that's more than General Anonymous has. But General Anonymous now has his Top Gun thanks to the Progetto 66, and well, he's got 7 kills now, so he could get a Radley Walters if he can take down the Wizzy 111 Model 5A. The Concept 1B is moving up through the town. We're coming in from the side. Okay, we spotted the enemy now. We just need to use the terrain to our advantage. Get close. He's got 4 shots ready, all standard ammunition. And he can pump those into the side of the vehicle. Actually, he's only got 204 hit points left. So we didn't know how much he did have originally, but he's only got a 1 shot to get a Radley's. If he can do it, he's auto aimed on. And yes! He gets his Radley Walters and wins the game for the team. That's excellent. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tanker game for General Anonymous in the Char Futur 4. Congratulations on your first ace. He managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10 in that game. On top of that, he got an epic medal. He got the Radley Walters medal for killing 8 enemy vehicles, tanks, I should say, tanks. He also got an Oskins medal for killing 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers and medium tank in one battle. They had to be at least 1 tier higher, and of course, he was tier 9 in a tier 10 game, so that means he had to kill 3 tier 10 vehicles in order to get that medal, and also a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. No high caliber, so somebody else might have been a higher score than he was. The 3 tier 10s he got, well, he got the EBR 105, that was a tier 10 tank. He also took out a Leopard 1, that's a tier 10 tank, and yes, the Wizzy 111 Model 5A, that's tier 10 as well. So very well done on that. Let's have a look at the team score, see where he is. Oh, didn't see the win 8. 5,312. That's Super Unicum standard and a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, the highest damage in the game was 4,558 for... No, it's not the highest damage. General Anonymous did get 4,558, but it was actually his second highest damage. The highest damage actually went to the Wizzy 111 Model 5A at 5,206. But I don't think that was enough for 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get the high caliber. I'm surprised at that, but that could be true, that yes, that wasn't 20%, so he missed out on it. In fact, we can check that if I run the program in on the modded account and see if that figure comes out correctly. I'll check that. Anyway, the third highest damage in the game actually goes to the Leopard 1 with 3,436 hit points. When it came to kills, it was, General Anonymous with 8 kills in that one. 3 kills went to the Leopard 1, the Progetto 66, the E75 all had 3 kills apiece, and all 3 of them got killed by General Anonymous. And when it came to base XP, yep, he got that one with 1,403. The next high scorer was the Object 279E with 1,079, and the third highest was the Progetto 66 with 883. So he got top in 2 out of the 3, and well, the only way he missed out was, in fact, that Wizzy 111 was cleaning up at the rear of the map whilst he was down the far end. So that's why he managed to score all those extra hit points. General Anonymous fired 25 rounds of standard ammo, 23 direct hits and 17 penetrations. So you can see that even with the standard ammo, you're quite deadly in this tank. And you've got to remember, a lot of those shots where he actually missed or did hit but didn't pen were actually the shots he was firing in at very long range on the tanks in the centre in that confrontation point. 4,558 hit points of damage, of which 2,948 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, and the armor's so poor that all 3 rounds penetrated and did damage, and he was down to, well, he didn't have much health left at the end of the game. 10 enemy vehicles were damaged, 8 were killed, 576 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 64,626 credits from the game. After repair and ammunition resupply, took away 22,506 credits profit, 2,104 XP, 105 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,209 experience points altogether. So let's have a look at the armor profile for this tank. Yes, you would be suitably shocked. It doesn't have much in the way of armor. You can see the front plate is 55mm impacted armor, but it's actually coming out at 63. Upper plate, it's it's very well swept back. It's very flat, but you're more than likely going to get a ricochet off it because it's such a high angle. It's only 45mm of armor, but it works out at 111, 112. The lower plate, you've got 15mm of armor, but it's actually coming out at 33, so you don't want anyone to hit you on the lower plate because it will go straight through. You can see the driver is actually sitting in this position. The armor around the actual turret, as I mentioned before, the armor at the front is actually quite strong. 140mm here. It's 100mm on the sides or the cheeks of the tank, but it's armored, it's angled back, so it comes out at 172. And the armor at the back of the turret mechanism is, or I don't, you wouldn't call that the mantlet area, but it's the bustle where the auto-loading mechanism is. 90mm there, but it's fairly flat. You can see as well that there are ports here. That's the gunner's position with his eyesight going through there, but he's got viewports there as well. And we've got the main sight for the tank commander on the left hand side. So I think we can know exactly where the people are, but if we show the modules, I'm afraid the problem here is that Wargaming haven't shared the modules with anyone, so we can't tell you precisely where things are, but I think we can get a good guess as to where everything's located. So if I was to guess, I would say driver is on this position here because there's the driver's port. The engine is on the left hand side of the vehicle there. We've got an ammo rack down below in the floor of the tank. We've got the gunner on the right hand side of the turret. We've got the commander on the left hand side of the turret. They're also the loaders. And if we're looking at the mechanism, we could say there's ammo racks in the back of the bustle on both sides of the vehicle. These are the cooling fans here, but I think you'll find that the fuel tank is in the back of the vehicle next to the big ammo store. So the two crewmen, the commander and the gunner, are obviously going to have to reload this vehicle by taking shells out of the main store of ammo and putting them into the ammo rack mechanism up here. So that's why it takes so long to load. It's because you're getting people who are actually doing other tasks to take the shells out of the store there and put them into the mechanism. That's why a lot of these autoloaders take so long to actually reload their tanks. But yes, I think that's the layout, but even though we don't know it precisely, I think we can take a good guess because the commander would always have the biggest view sight of all to search for new targets, whilst the gunner would have the smaller ones, and of course the driver would only need one port just to see where he's going. So that's where all the modules are, we think. Well, I hope you enjoyed that replay. It was quite impressive the way that he took down all of those enemy tanks. He did take a couple of big hits from that Leopard, but even after that, he then managed to clear up the battlefield and ended up with a nice selection of medals and a first ace tanker. Congratulations. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.